六、五、四、三、二、一，点火。起飞。
起飞，T0，摇拐时，摇拐分31秒，441毫秒，T0，摇拐时，摇拐分31秒，441毫秒。
9前程序转弯。
程序转弯。
9前光学增动正常。
Ignition and liftoff of China's Zhenzhou 20 rocket on the 70th anniversary of the nation's first launch into space. Lifting off there from the Jiujiang Launch Center in northern China above the Gobi Desert, taking 3 astronauts to China's Tiangong space station around 400 kilometers above the Earth. You're watching Sky News as we watch these live images being brought to us from that rocket as it makes its ascendancy above the Gobi Desert. The Space Center, the National Launch Center there, disappearing into view beneath the flames of those thrusters. Joining us also is the astrophysicist, Dr. Maggie Liu. Maggie, your initial reactions to this launch?
It was flawless as expected. The Long March 2 rocket has been launched with 100% success rate since the 90s. So it's no surprise there that this is smooth sailing for them. But yeah, really, really exciting stuff.
And as these 3 astronauts make their way to China's space station, this is all part of that wider mission to get Chinese nationals on the moon by 2030, the United States endeavoring to do so sooner than that. NASA, China, India, Japan, the Russian Federation as well, all now intense players in the space race. How long, Maggie, will it take this crew to reach the space station?
Typically, it would take 6 to 7 hours. So it's not long at all. It's not that high up.
And when we say low Earth orbit, are we talking in the region of where the International Space Station is, in this kind of band at around 400 kilometers?
Yes. Correct.
And then for a typical tour, as the rockets there separate away from the vehicle, when we talk about a kind of a typical duration in space, how long on average do these crews spend on the space stations? Obviously, there was much focus on the NASA pair of Sunny and Butch. They spent far longer than intended. But what would a typical amount of time in space be for these 3 we can see on our screen right now?
So typical space missions will vary from mission to mission. So they could be as short as a week stay. Or much longer. Chen Dong, the commander on this particular mission, has been to space 2 times before. This is his 3rd mission. And on his previous mission, he spent 6 months in space. And I believe that this mission too will be a 6-month duration mission.
And Maggie, you talked to us about it earlier, but there isn't just this crew of 3 on board this mission. There's also other life as well with them. Just talk to us about some of the experiments they're expected to do over the course of their time in space.
Yeah, so one of the major reasons that we have space stations is so that we can do microgravity research, things that we can't do here on Earth. And payloads on this Zhenzhou 20 mission include zebrafish, which are tiny little fish, which have a 70% similar protein coding genes as we humans do. So they will be able to help us understand the genetic effects in space, in microgravity, in areas where there are huge amounts of radiation as well, and how that would affect genetics on them. Zebrafish are also very quickly breeding, so you can have thousands of them in weeks. And similarly, they're planarians, which are like the flatworms they're bringing on board. These little kind of organisms, you can cut them in half and they will regrow. And we've had studies of these on the International Space Station before. And the regeneration is very different based on space, kind of flatworms compared to on the Earth too. And also they're bringing these bacterial kind of life forms on board as well to do other research.